It is 7 p.m., and I call the November 27th, 2023 School Board meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Board Clerk Maggie Smith, would you please call the roll?
Crystal Lee.
Here.
Jennifer Deek.
Here.
Khadijah Islam.
Here.
Chris Lau.
Here.
Lindsay Need.
Here.
Maggie Smith here. Bridget Todd Robbins.
Here.
Barb Wench.
Here.
Okay, with 7 of the 7 board members present, I declare a quorum. I note that the agenda has been posted, distributed, and sent to the local media. With this in mind, are there any changes to this agenda? I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda as published.
So moved.
Chris has moved,
Second.
and Khadijah second. To approve the agenda as published. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion to approve the agenda as published, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, please signify by saying nay. The motion to approve the published agenda has passed. And we do not have public participation this evening. So moving on to the district administrator's report. Dr. Mueller.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, I just wanted you to notice in your packets tonight, there is, under the status report, district administrator status report, there are the after action drill reports for each of our schools in the facilities. What this is through the Wisconsin state statute, we're required to do a school violence drill each year and then do a report on that for you as a board to see how we did on that. And from those reports, we also take actions and to make improvements to improve the safety within our schools. So just wanted you to note that. And then also, I wanted to take time to congratulate Mike Gasper in the school nutrition program. All you students will be happy to hear this. They got 100% on their health inspections throughout the whole district in that. So congratulations to him and his team. That's never happened in the history of the district, and it's very hard to get 100% on all your health inspections. And then also congratulations to our Holmen High School cast and crew for the one-act performance of Bad Auditions by Bad Actors. They were recognized by the 2023 Wisconsin Theater Association with several awards and nominations. They got the Critics' Choice Award. This is the highest honor you can get on a one-act, so that's amazing. Outstanding Actor Awards were to Echo and Hayden. And Outstanding Stage Crew, Hannah, Jameson, Kara, and Aspen. And then they got Outstanding Ensemble and Outstanding Directors. So congratulations to that team for all their accomplishments. And with that, I'm going to leave my last announcement because we have some presentations this evening. So thank you.
Okay. All right, moving on to reports and discussion. I welcome the Holmen High School Entrepreneurship class to present on this year's model store. This item is report only.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Annika. I want to start off by thanking you guys for letting us present the 2023 model store in the social market. We're going to start off tonight with I'm loud, I don't really need this, but we're going to start off tonight with some introductions. So like I said, my name is Annika, and I am one of the 3 store managers.
My name is Lily Churchill, and I'm also a store manager. And my name's Lydia Olson, and I'm also a store manager.
So who are we? Our entrepreneurship class consists of 22 seniors, and we are learning the different aspects and involvement it takes to run a store. This store provides all of the students with a valuable knowledge on starting a small business. It gives us more experience to help further our understanding and excel us in the next steps in life. The most important part of this class is that we give all proceeds to our recipient, which adds a motivating factor for all the students in the class.
My name is Lucas Meyer. I'm the sales manager. My team consists of Brennan Foster and Jace Leeser. We are in charge of reaching out to vendors, thanking businesses, and developing systems for pickups and drop-offs for all of our merchandise.
I am Tiffany. I am the member of promotions team. My manager is Dalton, and another team manager, not team manager, team is Dominic. Our task is the display case, magnets, stickers, and develop program for the grand opening.
Hello, my name is Olivia Schneider. I'm the Department Manager of Interactive Media. Along with me is Hannah Griffin and Aiden Farr. And we develop information to post on our webpage. We run the social media accounts, develop digital signage, and signage for promotion.
Hello, I am Taylor Olish, and I am the manager of the PR team, and I work alongside with Josie Olish and Maddox Recruzy. And for PR, we work on things like contacting and securing sponsorships, along with creating our slideshow for our new fellow freshmen this year, and also working with the sales team to secure naming rights, which this year, Mistletoe Market will be brought to you all by Quick Trip this year.
Hi, my name is Ava Ladwig. I'm the manager of HR, and I work alongside Crystal Lee and Aaliyah Jeffords. Some of the tasks we have are creating an employee handbook. We also share store evaluations. We post flyers throughout the school district. We created and posted a schedule, and we had also created and presented to the elementary schools.
Hello, my name is Kong Kong, and I'm the manager of operation, and my team members are BL Smaling, Lila Lau, and Noah Graves. The task that we did was create a website, train our employees on the store procedures, organize the school store inventory, and we did the elementary school presentation. And lastly, we price merchandise it, and we also coded it.
My name is Lily, and our other store managers are Lydia and Annika. Our tasks are to oversee groups, reach out to sponsors and vendors, create fundraising events, contact administration, and provide the best outcome for our store and recipient. Each year, this class sets out to create a model store during the holiday season. This year, we are Mistletoe Market. The goods we sell in our store have a wide variety, from baked goods all the way to holiday decor. Our grand opening is December 13th, and we'll be open all the way until December 20th. What is our store about? We created a mission statement to follow every day. We at Mistletoe Market dedicate time and energy while involving our community to create a positive impact for a local recipient.
This year, all the money raised will go to the Keeney family. Audra Keeney is a mother of 13 and has recently been re-diagnosed with stage 3 cervical cancer. Among their 13 children is their son Roman, who is severely autistic and was diagnosed with a rare epileptic disorder that sends them to Madison for their treatments. Mistletoe Market is really committed to making a difference in this family's life during the holiday season.
Here we just have a short video that Travis Judell made that highlights what we're all about.
Mistletoe Market is a testament to our dedication to supporting families facing extraordinary. Hello everyone, we're thrilled to welcome you to Holmen High School's Mistletoe Market, a beacon of hope, compassion, and entrepreneurship. This year, our student-run store is not just about the holiday spirit, it's about making a real impact on the lives of those who need it most.
Meet the Keeney family, Audra, Ryan, and their 13 incredible children. Audra, a brave mother, is currently battling stage 3 cervical cancer. She, along with her husband Ryan, are facing these challenges head-on, with the additional responsibility for caring for their 16-month to 23-year-old children. Among them is Roman, a young boy with severe autism and an epileptic disorder.
The Keenies are more than just a family. They are the heart of this year's Mistletoe Market store. The store is not just about commerce. It's about community, compassion, and making a difference in the lives of those who truly need it.
When you're battling something, sometimes it's a really lonely road, but we know we're not alone, right? Like, And to see the students rally and do this, and then to see the community come behind them, it's such a huge blessing, and it just fills our hearts and makes us feel special and important and valued. So we appreciate it more than words can even express.
At Holmen High School, our entrepreneurship model store isn't just a concept, it's a commitment to a real change. Mistletoe Market is a testament to our dedication to supporting families facing extraordinary challenges.
This year, all our efforts are focused on the Keeney family. Audrey's battle with cancer and the unique challenges they face, especially with Roman's health conditions, really inspired our class to step up and make a meaningful impact.
From festive decorations to handmade crafts and delicious treats, Mistletoe Market offers a wide range of holiday goodies. Every purchase contributes to a bigger cause, helping us raise funds to alleviate their financial burden on the Keeney family.
But we can't do it alone. We need your support, Holmen community. Come shop with us, spread the word, and let's make this holiday season extra special for the Keeney family.
Join us at Holmen High School's Mistletoe Market December 13th through the 20th, where every purchase is a gift of hope, every sale is an act of kindness, and together we can truly make a difference. Let's make this holiday season one to remember.
Holmen High School's Mistletoe Market, making miracles on McHugh. Happy holidays, everyone!
Thank you. All right, any questions from anyone?
How did you determine the recipient?
So we were in contact with our counselors about families that we could potentially, just about families that we could potentially help out. And so we had a list of a couple, and their two daughters, Isabel and Sophia Keeney, they're both in our grade, and being that this is a class of all seniors, this one kind of pulls straight to our heart. So we, not only just helping out Audra, but helping out the whole family and really making a difference for the family that we're so connected to when we see in the hallways every single day.
Yeah, so my daughter has asked me to take her to Mistletoe Market when it opens, and she was wondering what you all sell there.
We sell a wide range, so we contacted different vendors from different different businesses. Some of the businesses we do have so far are the Pearl. We just got in some Quick Trip merch, so that includes some ugly sweaters and some of their hats. We've also contacted different counselors that have made different goods, whether it's holiday decor or different mugs like you saw in the video. So there'll be a wide range of options to fit her needs.
Okay, awesome, thank you.
Nice job.
All right, nice job, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to item 8.2. Next, I welcome the Holmen High School DECA officers to provide their annual report to the board. This item is for report only.
Are you guys gonna sit down or do you want to? We can sit down. Or we just using the. Yeah, keep it. Yeah, you should just sit down.
Good evening. I'm Lola Kinder. We are your 2023-2024 Holmen DECA Officer Team. I am the Vice President of Leadership.
My name is Sophia Kuhn, and I am the Vice President of Marketing.
My name is Brenna Schmidt, and I am the Vice President of Hospitality.
My name is Haley Miller, and I'm the Vice President of Career Development.
And our President is Ellie Euler, who is unable to be here tonight.
Some of our Holmen DECA highlights are we were established in 1974. We are the largest DECA chapter in Wisconsin. In 2022, we were the 8th largest DECA chapter in the nation. The classes we have offered at the high school are marketing and business concepts, advanced marketing, sports and entertainment marketing, entrepreneurship, and market research. And then we provide students with civic, social, and leadership activities within the community.
Some of our DECA activities consist of breakfast socials, chapter meetings, senior citizen homecoming breakfasts, the homecoming dance, volleyball tournaments, the Corps Maze in the fall, the Mall of America trip, the New York City trip, competition prep sessions for district, state, and internationals, the fall holiday meal, and the Packer raffle.
All right, so our leadership development dates for this year, which are basically competitions, are our district conference, which is Saturday, January 6, 2024 at UW Stout, our state conference, which is in Lake Geneva in February, and then our international conference in Anaheim, California in May.
Our DECA chapter campaigns involve membership, community service, ethical leadership, advocacy, gold chapter, and an impaction video. Completing these helps us promote our chapter, educate about important topics, and earns us additional spots to state and internationals.
And then our social media that you can follow us on are Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Some of our community service activities are trick or treat so others can eat, the coat drive, dancing with the sports stars, entrepreneurship model store, and the senior citizen homecoming breakfast.
So our income sources for this year are our PACO raffle tickets, which are in the fall, the flower sale in the spring, business sponsorships, our homecoming shirts, the school store, and Ultra Federal Credit Union. And we'd like to thank our 2023 and 2024 sponsors, which are on the next slide.
As you can see, some of our sponsors, our biggest one is Ultra Federal Credit Union. We also have Verve, Quitrit, Lohman Dental, and Kuyak Orthodontics as well.
Some of our events this school year are the DECA project and competition meetings that happen during our advisory time, our senior citizen homecoming breakfast that we had on September 23rd. We helped out with the homecoming dance later that night, the volleyball social, our Mall of America trip that we'll have coming up this spring, the Dancing with the Sports Stars from our sports and entertainment marketing class, the entrepreneurship store. Our districts are in January, our state will be in February, and then the international conference will be in April. And then there's other community service activities along there.
And then we also have the Maroon Mug, which is a school-based enterprise gold certified partnership between marketing and DECA and the special education department. And that is located in the Holmen High School school store that gives student work experience, and it is a new space in the high school and is open during all 3 lunches.
And then we'd like to take a minute to thank Ultra for all that they do for our program. They help with our financial literacy with Lunch and Learns, our promotions with Ultra Pay Promotion, Follow to Fill a Cup, and our Back to School promotion. Our Ultra area in the school store, which is our tech wall and our charging stations all around the lunchroom. And then in the classroom, they help out with our advanced marketing projects and our sports and entertainment March Madness promotion.
So the impaction that Holmen DECA has on us is it prepares the students for the future leadership, community service, and communication skills. Networking opportunities, so you meet so many other members of DECA at all of our different conferences. Post-secondary plans, businesses, state officers, and leadership council. We'd like to thank you all for our support. Is there any questions that you guys have?
Any questions? How many members do you have? I heard you say you were one of the biggest in the nation.
I think it was close to 300.
Wow.
Yeah, close to 300.
Any other questions? All right, thank you very much. Moving on to item 8.3, Executive Director of Instructional Services Kim Edwards will now present the district and school state report cards. This item is for report only and will not appear on a consent agenda.
All right. Good evening. Well, tonight I get to share with you our school and state report cards. They are part of our our state accountability system. All publicly funded schools in the state do participate in this. Each year, schools and districts are assigned one of 5 overall accountability scores ranging from significantly exceeds expectations down to fails to meet. This year, we earned an overall score of 73.3, putting us in the exceeds expectations category. Very exciting as this is up, our highest score actually over the last several years. So we're making some good gains. This is just a snip of our overall report card that really breaks down how we come to that 73.3. You'll notice in the upper right-hand corner, we have a little statement about our district. This looks just like our individual school report cards as well. They're individualized for each building then. Then you'll also see the overall demographic makeup of our district, as well as, like I said, our score summary. And then we have this priority area weights, and I'm going to get into that a little bit more as we get deeper into the report. Then it has the breakdown of the 4 priority areas that really come up with that overall score. That's achievement in ELA and math on our state assessments, as well as growth on those same assessments in ELA and math. Then we have some target group outcomes, which is a little more complicated. I'll talk to you about that in just a minute. And then our on track to graduation measures. So student achievement and student growth make up 50% of the school district report card. And the weights on this are determined by the socioeconomic makeup of our district. Our district tends to be a little more affluent, so we have a greater weight on student achievement. So 31.5% of our score is made up of our overall proficiency. Those are those proficiency levels and scores that I shared with you 2 weeks ago at our last our board meeting with our Wisconsin Forward, our pre-ACT Secure, our ACT, and our DLM. Then we have student growth. So 18.5% of our report card is weighted on our growth. So what that does is it's a growth or a value added measure where really we're looking at how our students compare to similar students across the state. Then the second half of the report card, the bottom section, target group outcomes and on track to graduation are equally divided 25 and 25%. Target group outcomes is a newer measure. It was introduced, I think it was last year. It's considered to be a more stable measure. What they do is take students who performed in the bottom quartile the previous year, and they really make their own report card based on that bottom quartile. So you'll see a breakdown specifically for that group of students with their achievement, growth, absenteeism, and then graduation and attendance. Then we have on track to graduation measures. That's our graduation rate, our attendance. Then we have 3rd grade ELA and 8th grade mathematics. Again, those are considered to be milestone years, so they are thrown in there as well. So that totals our 100% in terms of how we come up with our weighting. So how did we do? So achievement, as I said, is our heaviest weight on our report card. We are up just slightly from last year. We're still outperforming the state in ELA and in math as well, which you can see right there. We are the darker blue. The state is the lighter blue right beneath it, earning us a 66.7 in achievement. When we look at growth, we had some really nice gains here as a district. This is up from 66 last year, so we made some significant growth there. Last year, we had been lagging behind the state in ELA growth. We are now matching the state there, and we continue to outperform the state in our growth area for math. When we look at our target group outcomes, remember this is the measure on the students who've been performing in the bottom quartile. As we'd expect, then our achievement would be a little bit lower. That's what makes up that bottom quartile. But you'll see we've made some modest improvements in growth and graduation. So we've shown a small gain in this area as well, up from 66.1 last year. And then the last 25% of our report card is our on track to graduation. This is an area that we consistently perform very high in. We are consistently high in that area, down only like 0.1%. Then each of our buildings gets an individualized report card as well. You can see we have a lot to celebrate here. We have all of our buildings either exceeding or meeting expectations across the district. So, celebrations. Achievement, again, as I said, we are now exceeding the state in ELA and math for achievement, In terms of our target group outcomes, as I mentioned, we've had some modest gains when we talk about growth, attendance, and on track for graduation. When we look at that on track for graduation quartile, again, we continue to be above the state in all areas there, and those are the 4 bullet points below that. And then a big growth for us this year was that we are now exceeding the state in math in terms of that growth measure, which tends to be a harder one to get. But that being said, we do have a lot of opportunities for growth yet. So again, our target group outcomes, that's an area that we'd really like to focus on to make sure that we are continuing to support our most fragile students. Also our subgroups, we're still saying, and it aligns exactly with the report I gave 2 weeks ago, that we still need some work to do in terms of supporting all students across the district, both in proficiency and growth. And then our overall achievement in ELA and math. So comparatively, we do really, really very well. But to just kind of keep it in perspective, our goal this year is to have 55% of students in ELA math reaching proficiency, which is attainable in the short term, but in the long term, I know that in Holmen we want to do a lot better than just over half of our students being on grade level in those measures. So, as I said, comparatively, we do really well. Last year, in 21-22, you'll see we were at the very top of our peer district when we measured against our previous crew. As we realign and recalibrated with our newest peers, you'll see we are still near the top, coming only behind De Pere, West De Pere, and Oconomowoc. So I know we talked last time, like we're doing some investigating to see what are some things that we can learn from these districts. And then, as I said, this is a required piece. It's put out by the Office of Educational Accountability. As required by state, all of our district and all of our school report cards are posted on the Instructional Services website. If you are very interested, there is the DPI site where you can check out any district or school in the state to see how they performed as well. And you'll have a really nice breakdown in all of those 4 areas that I talked about previously. Any questions?
Any questions? No questions.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to hang out here.
Right,
Up here,
hang
Sam.
out right there, yes. So Kim Edwards will remain to lead new course proposals by Holmen High School teachers, which will appear on the December 11th consent agenda. So to start us off, Michelle Jensen will present the new course proposal for percussion ensemble. Oh, did I miss something?
Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit.
That's
I'll come
okay.
back. We
Can I
can come
come
back.
back to it?
It's fine.
Okay, we'll do 8.5 and then we'll do 8.4. I'm sorry.
Perfect. Not a problem.
Why did I?
Hello, my name is Michelle Jensen. I teach band at the high school. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about a course proposal. I'm looking to start a new class at the high school called Percussion Ensemble. It would be a new course proposed for a semester class starting next year. This course aligns to the school district's mission and vision. This class would offer an opportunity for students to connect and build relationships through making music. That would give many students a new place to belong. In the area of serving, in an ensemble, all members are vital to the progress and the success of the whole. We learn in music that we're often part of the bigger picture. We are a small part of the bigger picture. So students will work together to learn teamwork and collaboration skills, tenacity, problem-solving skills, and critical thinking skills. It will give students an opportunity to succeed. They'll gain confidence through collaboration and by supporting each other during the learning process and during public performance. This course would be for any student with at least 1 year of music reading experience. This is not a beginning band class, but it is for students who would have some music reading experience to bring. Percussion ensemble would be offered to students who have an interest in learning the techniques of playing percussion instruments in a performance class. Oftentimes kids with lesser experience, this is an area where they can learn a little bit quicker. They don't have the wind and the embouchure and the fingers and all of that to worry about. So this class is designed to promote and develop musical literacy, proficiency, and performance skills on various percussion instruments. Some learning outcomes that would be focused on would be to develop proficiency in playing, performing, and reading percussion music, understanding their individual contribution within an ensemble setting, learn how to interact and collaborate with other musicians, develop stage presence and performance skills, and learn how to put on a live performance. Some state music standards that this would target. We have 4 larger standards in the Wisconsin State Music Standards. To create, students can compose and perform their own ensembles. I see this as a great area for kids to write their own music, collaborate, teach, work together, and perform their own creations. Perform, students will work together to learn different ensembles. I envision duets, trios, large ensembles. They will learn how to respond. They will use appropriate vocabulary and playing techniques while rehearsing and performing with each other. And they will connect. Students will play in various styles, which can connect to different genres, different cultures, different countries. Some of the gaps that I feel this class would address: design and develop musical compositions for voices or instruments. That is a target area that we have targeted as a gap. This class would work towards closing that, as kids would be able to write their own music, teach their own music, and perform their own music. Compose pieces in a distinct style using standard and or alternative notation and technology, demonstrating creativity in the use of the elements of music for expressive effect. They'll learn how to use different instruments and use different colors and play to different students' strengths, where all members can be effective. And they can, again, compose their own pieces for an ensemble using a variety of instruments. We currently offer band, orchestra, and choir. We do have music theory, and that is offered right now when the enrollment numbers meet, when the numbers are met. Percussion ensemble would be another music offering that would appeal to a variety of students in our school. I think it would be a good diversity to our band, orchestra, choir. I think there's a population of our student body that has musical experience, but they're not in a musical group. And this would offer an opportunity for them to explore. It would be a fun and creative outlet for students who may not want to commit to the demands of one of our large performing ensembles. Percussion ensemble would give students the opportunity to learn something new, advance already established skills, and belong to a community of students with aligned interests. As I've already said, I envision students learning several ensembles in a variety of combinations. We could have student-led groups that would be more independent. We would have groups that might need more teacher involvement. Advanced students could write their own. Advanced students could teach. There's just so many different opportunities for us to be creative and collaborative with music in this setting. The students would work together to design a final performance, design a concert. They'd have to program the music, work out the logistics. They would all have ownership and responsibility. With our new AB block schedule, potential schedule, current staff can teach and or co-teach this course. The current band room, the current ensemble room that we have, and the FAC would provide adequate rehearsal space. From a budgetary standpoint, the Holmen High School has a plethora of music in our library that we can draw from. We already are well equipped with large equipment and small equipment. Anything that is needed could be absorbed by the band budget, and that equipment would then be used by the band. But this, I do not envision a budgetary impact to get this class up and running. I feel like we have everything we need. Ideal enrollment would probably be 16 to 20 kids. We are well set up with equipment, but there is limited equipment. We don't have, 8 set of timpani that we can use. So I did talk to some students about the potential for this class, and this is some of the feedback that I had received. I have a student who wants to study percussion in college, and he thinks this would be a great way for him to get more training on different instruments. Percussionists often in band class, they're in the back, they're doing their thing, they're part of the band, they're supporting the band. This would give them a chance to play all the time. so they would get more experience. It might give kids who maybe missed out in middle school. These are the kids that would have started during the pandemic and maybe didn't start in a music class for whatever reason. Maybe this would bring some of those kids in. So it's a class that is 100% focused on percussion would be awesome. And I know I have kids in band even that would love to just explore a different instrument, give them an opportunity to do that. So, any questions?
Any questions?
Yeah, I was wondering, so you did say that you are looking for students with at least 1 year of music reading experience. If we're also trying to appeal to students who have not been involved in band, choir, orchestra, how do you plan on? Is it just?
I think I would need to meet with students that show interest in the class.
Okay.
And get to know them and see if their experiences are able to meet the needs of the class or the needs of what the class would demand, I guess, as far as reading music goes.
And if they were taking it in that fall semester, would you have some sort of interview that previous spring, or how would you?
I think we sign up for courses within the next couple of months in February usually, so I think I would have to meet with them in the spring. I think music theory would run first semester and percussion ensemble would run second semester.
Not a question. I just really liked that you included student feedback. I thought that was a really important perspective, and I was glad to see it in there.
This is just for the high school?
Yes.
I think it'd be really neat to see this at the middle school to help people get practiced as well, because I know I actually tried out for the drums and I had no experience, and of course, and I didn't know what I was doing back in high school. And so to help people to get those skills beforehand, but this is also really neat too.
All right, any other questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Marina Tofsted will present on Spanish 4 and 5.
Do you want to go first?
I can.
Would that work?
If you'd like me to. It's kind of related. Is that okay if we go back to the issue paper with a memorandum of understanding?
Oh, yeah, you're right, that is related. Okay, let's go back to item 8.4. I apologize.
It's related, so this will lead in beautifully. So
All right.
we're excited because we have a memorandum of understanding from University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. We're very excited because for a number of years we have attempted to provide some dual enrollment or concurrent enrollment, as it's called in this contract, with UWL because so many of our students do go there. Fortunately, we had an in with Ms. Tofstad here, who has a connection to the Spanish crew at UWL, and so they were ready to come to the table. So we are excited to have this opportunity. It is one that would be examined every year and renewed on a 5-year basis. It reads very similarly to ones we recently approved from UW Green Bay and UW River Falls. I believe we had Oshkosh in there as well. Any questions about this? I should note there's nothing specific in the contract in terms of which courses would be approved, but that would lead into our next presentation, which is kind of the segue in.
And I will note that this MOU is on next meeting's consent agenda.
Mm-hmm. Okay, any questions on this?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. Now to Spanish 4 and 5.
So I'm Marina Tofsted. I teach Spanish here at the high school. And since 2001, we have been running a dual credit program for our students in Spanish and French 4 and 5. Over the summer, we engaged in some conversations with UW La Crosse, specifically with the head of the World Language Department, and we thought that maybe it was the right time to see if we could offer a concurrent credit with UWL. Clearly, the proximity of Holmen and UWL would lead us into thinking more students are going to recognize UW La Crosse more than perhaps they have been at UW Green Bay. We're specifically only talking about Spanish as we would continue our French 4 program with Green Bay. At this time, we are discussing only a change in curriculum, a modification, not a new course. So we're speaking about Spanish 4 and 5, currently offered for students. They can range right now anywhere from 10th grade to 12th grade. The course is offered as a semester credit course, and currently we do offer the opportunity of the dual credit, a 3-credit option with UW Green Bay. The dual credit or concurrent credit kind of has a certification every year where they come and observe and ensure that we are at the appropriate rigor. And so we just finished our certification for this year at the beginning of November. What this proposal would do would be to change our UW Green Bay partnership to UW La Crosse Concurrent Enrollment Program. And the verbiage matters a little bit in that with UW La Crosse, we would be participating in their course and teaching their course here. We'll speak to why that would be of value to our students here. There is a difference in the credits earned, as currently with UW Green Bay, students earn 3 credits for the course. This, with UW La Crosse, it is a 4-credit course. The difference in the credit is more speaking and more rigor in the communication piece of verbal communication. It does not change anything for us here as far as course sequencing. No change in the credit that students would be receiving here at Holmen. It would still be a 1-credit course, although there would be that slight change with UW La Crosse. The certification of teaching the course is linked to the individual instructor. I give them all of my documentation, and they approve or disapprove of that education piece. It doesn't impact us at all as far as scheduling, and it wouldn't change any of the prerequisites students currently have in engaging in Spanish 4 and 5. The modification, I believe, aligns well with our district mission. For student learning, the purpose of doing this would be to improve rigor of language. And what we have found is once our students are completing our level 5 here at Holmen, we want them to do well and to test well when they enter the university campuses. And aligning with the campus that most of our students go to will help us improve that rigor to ensure our students are testing well into their program. This course would not have any particular fiscal pressures after the initial planning and does open a nice opportunity for our students to engage with the UWL campus. This partnership with UWL is incredibly valuable as students look forward to going to the university. Once they're able to successfully say, I have completed a university course, it really lessens the anxiety that students have when they want to engage in a course at the university level. Again, this proposal would move us from a dual credit with UW Green Bay to a concurrent credit. When we align our curriculums, the reason we felt it was important to bring the course modification to you is because we will be aligning more tightly with the curriculum that they offer at UW La Crosse. So that change in curriculum will be there, although we're still following the same state standards and learning targets that we would traditionally have with our students, regardless if we are with Green Bay, UW La Crosse, or independent. Again, the reason we're looking at this is more students engage with the UWL campus than the UW Green Bay campus. And it ensures that our students are able to meet that high rigor that is a demand of them once they reach that collegiate level. I did include some of the history of when we've met. You can look at that on your own time, but it really stemmed from Dr. Omar Granado's commentary that we questioned why our students were completing our program at level 5, but not necessarily testing where we expected. And there is a rigor difference, and our hope is that this will allow students to meet that with more consistency.
That's it.
That's it. Could I help answer any questions?
Any questions?
Yeah, I'm wondering the credit that they get for like UW La Crosse or even UW Green Bay at this point, is that a language credit or is it just like a transfer credit similar to how we do kind of like our AP? And then if students do end up getting it through La Crosse, so it's kind of two questions. If students do end up getting it through La Crosse and then transferring out, would it transfer as a language credit?
So it is really an exciting program for our students, as when students take the first course at level 4, students are earning a world language credit. And not only are they earning 3 credits, but if a student successfully completes the course, they earn 11 retro credits underneath that. So students are walking away in that first class with 14 credits, which is an amazing amount of credits if you consider the cost versus what the outcome is for them. When students participate at level 5, they earn an additional 3 world language credits. And it isn't a matter of transferring into UWL, it is a UWL credit. So they would be earning Spanish 101 and 102.
Very cool. Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
All right, next, Jamie Ocasco will present on English 100.
Good evening. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing great.
As she just said, I'm Jamie Ocasco. I teach in the ELA department here at the high school. And I am here to walk you through the proposal for English 100, which is academic reading and writing through UW River Falls. The rationale and standard is currently at the high school, we do have an existing memorandum with, did I say the word right?
You got it.
All right. With UW River Falls. And what we're looking to do is we're looking to give our high school students the rigorous experience that they would see at the college level. They'll earn college credits for the classes that they're taking at a discounted rate. It will also prepare our students for the post-secondary environment, which they will see. And then, of course, the courses align with HHS standards and with UW River Falls standards. I'm just going to read this because it's real long. It comes straight out of UW River Falls course guide and what they say exactly the class will be. It's an analytical and critical reading and writing are covered. Students will learn to comprehend, interpret, and analyze oral, written, aoral, and visual communications to effectively communicate ideas related to a broad range of subjects, express their ideas in a variety of formats, and use MLA or APA documentation. Here's the real seller. Numbers speak. And as you can see on the screen, these numbers speak loud. The program offers 105 per credit, as opposed to sitting down as a freshman in the class would cost $498 per credit. As you can see, for the total of the 3 credit class, a student at the high school would pay $315 as opposed to taking the same class at the college level and spending out $1,494. As an English teacher, I'm glad I said those numbers correctly. UW River Falls actually does offer a reduced $50 credit scholarship for any high school student who qualifies for the free and reduced lunch program, which would significantly lower the cost of that particular class. The area, of course, is English. It would be geared towards seniors. The students would earn a 0.5 at the high school level, and then they would earn the 3 English university credits. Through conversations with the individuals and representatives from UW River Falls, it would be, much like Maria said, it would be a 1-for-1. So students in the entire UW system would earn this credit. So if they go to UW River Falls, UW-GB, UW La Crosse, or Madison, it's still the same credits for the same class. We offer also a credit, I feel like I'm talking through a pillar, sorry about that. They also offer the credits we see can transfer over to a number of schools in Minnesota and then some schools in Iowa. Potential enrollment, the numbers right now say about 53% of a graduating class go on to post-secondary education. We could potentially reach all 53% of those students depending on which classes they would like to take. It is our hope, through the work of Mr. Sackett, Mr. Baki, and UW River Falls, that this is just the first of many classes that we bring before you for this dual credit program. River Falls data has also showed that about 96 to 98% of the students who enroll in the class are successful in completing the class and earning those credits. The impact on current courses, credits, requirements, this won't increase the graduation requirements. It will help put students on the track to earning those college credits, which is hugely important. And speaking with a number of colleagues, they have expressed that they have had children who have either graduated from other districts who literally leave the district as a high school student with anywhere from 20 to 24 credits in the college level. We're also seeing individuals who say that their child goes to college and meets their roommate who has already come in with, say, 24 credits. And as you all know, 24 credits, that's almost an entire freshman year. With the cost of post-secondary education, the closer we can get our students towards that dollar sign of success, the better off everyone is going to be. It may impact enrollment with existing junior and senior level writing classes. The numbers, it's something to be told. We wouldn't necessarily know until students started signing up for the course. Students would be placed in the course based on their previous academic achievement in any English classes they've already had. It is suggested that they have a B or higher in their fundamental classes or foundational classes, which would be English 9, 10, 11. Qualified high school students would then be enrolled in UW River Falls. There is a special link, I think it's a point on the next slide, where they would enroll as a student and would automatically be in the course, and then they would enroll through us like they would for a regular class. And again, we do have an existing memorandum with UW River Falls. So they would go through the process. The students would register with us like they normally would. They would go on the UW River Falls website then, and they would register through that. There is no cost for them to register for the class or to admission fee or anything along those lines, because they're going in as what they would call a special student. And then those students would also qualify to enter the course in the dual credit. In regards to faculty support, faculty at the high school have to have a certain amount of qualifications, which are already approved for me through UW River Falls. They have assigned a mentor who will work with me through this process, who will help me design the syllabus and make sure that it's online with course standards that they have at the university, and the requirements are very close to the same. That individual will also observe twice for the first 2 offerings of the course, and then once after that, giving feedback and providing any guidance and help that they need, that I may need. What questions do you have for me?
Actually, I have a question, but it might be a question more for Kim. So tonight we hear about UWL, we hear about River Falls, we hear about Green Bay. Can a student be enrolled in like 3 different colleges at one time?
They can, and
that's
many of
not-
them are, yeah.
There's no issues with that? Okay.
No, they're considered, like Jamie said, a special student. They're taking a course or 2, so it's not like we're full-time enrolled at 3 different universities.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Oh, sorry. Did you have a
No,
question?
no, I was just-
Okay. My question is, so I know that we have quite a few different like higher level language offerings. So we have like college prep courses, we have AP courses. Is this course designed to speak to students from that same pool of students, or is it designed to maybe broaden our pool of students who are interested in these like dual credit programs? I know you kind of spoke to the fact that it might have impact on other course offerings. I'm just curious if, because I mean, like as a freshman, I took this class and I was not on a writing track. So I'm curious if like we're able to reach out to more students who maybe aren't in that like AP level, but have done well in their previous courses and just want to get those credits right at the end.
Right. I would say yes. The existing AP classes that they are right now, as you well know, the students have to take a test at the end of that learning experience and score a certain amount on that test in order to gain that credit. And when that credit goes to whichever university they go to, it might not necessarily equate 1-for-1.
Okay.
There are students, a great number of them as time is moving on, that really do enjoy the rigors and the challenge of the AP class. We also have a very large demographic of students who that high stakes test makes them nervous. The dual credit classes offers those students an opportunity to earn those credits without that high stakes test. The rigor should be the same, and at least that's what I intend to set up as I move through the process. Having taught dual credit classes for UWGB, the students are going to take the class. Not only do they want that credit, but they want that educational experience. It takes a little bit moving into the class for them to really start to recognize that while you're in the familiar high school setting and it is a familiar high school class with a familiar high school teacher, the rigor is much higher. Setting that rigor and helping the students achieve to that level, that's the art of teaching, and that's what we're here for, so. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Nope, you got it.
All right, any other questions? All right, thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time this evening.
Thanks, Jane.
All right, moving on to item 8.6. District Administrator Dr. Kristen Mueller will present the proposed 2024-25 school year calendar. This item will appear on tonight's consent agenda.
Good evening. If you remember at our last board meeting on November 13th, we brought to you the resolution for the change in a modification to our calendar for the upcoming school year for 24-25. That was sent off to the Department of Public Instruction, and we were informed today that it has been approved. So we are able to move forward with the following calendar for the next school year. Just to note a couple things that are important. The start date is August 26th, which is a week earlier than we normally start. But then also the end date is sooner, May 30th, then, which will allow us to start with our construction projects sooner in that following summer. It still has the same amount of student contact days, which is 178. That has not changed, and it still does meet our Department of Instruction required minutes of instruction. Otherwise, the rest of the characteristics are very similar to what they have always been in the past years. We'll be sending information out to families and staff and with all the calendars we're looking at this upcoming week so that people can plan accordingly. So thank you. Any questions?
Can you remind me the date that we get out then this coming June? So it starts at July, June 2024? What is
This year it's June, it's a Thursday.
Is it the 6th
Well, it
still?
depends on our weather, but it's scheduled right now. No, I was kidding. No, I'm just teasing. No, it's scheduled for Thursday. Is it June 3rd? 6th. Thank you. June 6th. It's a Thursday.
Okay.
So it goes into the first week of June this year.
Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, for the consent agenda, the board has been furnished with background materials on each item or has discussed it at a previous meeting. These will be acted upon with one vote without discussion. Would any board member like to pull an item out of the consent agenda to be discussed and/or voted on separately? I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as provided.
So moved.
I'll second.
Maggie and Chris, is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the consent agenda, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, signify by saying nay. Motion passes. All right, moving on to the board debrief. I will call upon board members and ask you to present any comments or committee reports you have. Tonight, we'll start with Crystal.
Okay, wow. So I just want to say thank you to the staff and some of us for just presenting these new class opportunities. I kind of wish that we had these opportunities before I turned into a senior so I could take them. But I also just want to say really a quick thank you for all of that, because then you're also bringing out more opportunities for students who are interested in it. And I just think it's great. I also want to recognize our current winter sports that are going on. They're going at it. And I just want to say great job to the students who are participating. And I also want to say a quick thank you and good job to the Holmen High School entrepreneurship class, as they are doing Making Miracles on McHugh, which is their tagline for Mistletoe Market. So, yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, Khadijah.
Yeah, I'll echo a lot of what Crystal also shared. I think it's really cool. It's a cool part of my job as a board member to get to see all the different offerings that we have for our high school students. I was on a college track in high school, and a lot of these opportunities are really, really cool. And knowing kind of the state of higher education at this point, the opportunity to get these credits at such a reduced cost could be life-changing for a lot of families and opens up so many more opportunities and doors. So I really give a lot of props to our school district for taking not just the fiscal responsibility of the district, but the fiscal responsibility of families into account when it comes to some of these offerings. Did want to give a shout out to the entrepreneurship class and the DECA officers. I remember the model stores from back when I was in high school. I'm so glad to see that's still a really strong program. And I competed 3 times at DECA International, so DECA will always have a soft spot in my heart, and I'm excited for everyone who's participating in that. I hope they get out of it as much as I did, and maybe someday they could sit on this board too with all of you. So good job to you all, and I hope everybody is staying warm.
All right, Chris.
I am not a DECA alum, but kudos to that group. It's always exciting to see them come in and talk about what they're working on over the holiday break and helping out local families. And then the new class proposals are both exciting and I think a really great opportunity for our students. So I'm excited as a parent of future high schoolers to have those and hopefully more offerings available as my kids get older. So that's really great.
All right, thank you. Lindsay?
Still being fairly new to the board, I'm trying to figure out processes for things. So like I have a question and I don't know if like it's the appropriate time now or if it's like something we talk about at the next meeting, but when it came to like the lockdowns and reviewing all of that, I just wonder what is the follow-up on all of the comments of like we need a new PA system and panic buttons? Like
That's a good question. So the purpose of that is to find if we do have any gaps, and then we do have a district safety committee. And then also we do have our executive or our director of student services and safety who also oversees and has budgetary. So if they see a gap, they not only report that to our, or if they have something that they need, they report that to Jennifer Gimmer, who is our in charge of safety in our district. And then many times we bring those reports and review them at our district safety committee and then talk about what improvements can we make. But they also at the building level do have safety teams and review them many times to make improvements within the certain building areas. Because what you'll notice is some maybe had gaps where others didn't find any. And it depends a lot of time on the facility because all of our facilities are built differently too. So did that help answer that? a little
Yeah.
bit? Okay.
I also was wondering if you could speak a little bit to the last meeting when someone spoke asking why there's kind of been a restructuring to our to the policy committee, like that there's only 2 and how many did you have last year? They're kind of wondering why there was a change. I don't know if that was ever answered.
I guess I can speak to the policy committee.
How many was there last year?
There were 4 committees, and but we adopted Neola last year, and because we adopted Neola, and we are now standardizing more of our policies, and with Neola automatically providing updates to our policies, there is not a need to have 4 separate policy committees anymore. So we have condensed them into one policy committee for this year. And we have Neola backing us up. So that's why we have one policy committee now.
Okay, that helps. Just wasn't sure if that was answered last time. I wanted to let everybody know, because apparently some people here didn't know as well, that you can do reoccurring payments to your meal balance so you don't get fees. Oh, apparently that is new. So go check that out on your Infinite campus.
She's so cute.
There's probably people watching that didn't know that.
You gotta give them the backstory.
Guaranteed, since you didn't.
News to me as well.
And then lastly, I guess I was just wondering, there's been kind of a lot of talk about the middle school and performing art, no longer having a performing arts, and if that's something we'll be discussing at future meetings a little bit more. Some concerns on that.
Yeah, we've been responding to folks through email and phone calls and so on. I just want to make sure people understand that we have a drama program and we will continue to have a program. The facility will look a little bit different, but we still will have a lot of pieces in place to support those students and allow them to still have that space. It will look different, but we are investing in our lighting and in curtains and storage and so on. And we still are exploring options at this point also in that. We are very proud of, we do have our multi-million-dollar fine arts center in our school district, and many school districts don't have that at a high school level. And just like we do like with our wrestling programs also, we invested a lot in that, and we see a lot of participation in those programs, and we share as much as we can when we can in that, and we just got to continue exploring our options with that too. But I just want to make it clear that we aren't eliminating any options for our students in that, which we're very fortunate because that's not the case across the state with all of our budgetary constraints that are in public education right now. So we're doing our best to continue forward with that. So.
Do other local middle schools have their own fine arts? I don't remember having one. I don't know if it's...
Oh, other middle schools?
Yeah, like the other local, like Design
No, most
or lacrosse middle schools have their own performing arts.
No, none of our middle schools have that. Our current middle school was a past high school as to why it had an auditorium. And then when they built the new high school, that's why there was an auditorium in our middle school. So we were very blessed at that time. It has aged over time though, and so now we're working through our referendum and updating all of our deferred maintenance, which our referendum spoke to, is the deferred maintenance and improving our instructional areas for our day-to-day operations. So.
I think that was really helpful to remember that was the high school, so that's maybe why. Okay. Thank you.
All right, Maggie.
I agree with all the kudos shared in other comments. And also just want to report that the policy committee did meet tonight. We had one policy that actually had a first reading tonight on the agenda. And then we have 9 policies focused on finance that will move forward for our first reading. That's it from me.
Okay, thank you. Bridget?
Yeah, I think tonight was just a night of lots of celebrations, everything from the high school theater group, Mike and the nutrition services, the mistletoe market, DECA, the school report card, that was pretty amazing. And then, of course, the new courses. Just really impressed with everything that we have going on in our school district right now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Barb?
Just like to thank the teaching staff and our district staff for continuing to foster our college credit opportunities here at the district. And it's not just our college credits, we also have our technical programs that we are also known for. So just thank you for all that you do.
All right, thank you. I guess in addition to all the other kudos I heard here this evening, I'd also just like to give a shout out to Mike Gasper and the nutrition services team for maintaining such a high level of excellence and scoring 100% on their health inspections. Moving on to item 10.3, the board has been provided with notes from the October 9th, 2023 DEI committee meeting, so please take a look at those. Also, as Maggie just noted, the board has been provided with updates to policy 2240, controversial issues in the classroom, as recommended for consideration by the policy committee. If a board member has any questions regarding the policy updates, they should reach out to Dr. Mueller prior to the December 11th meeting, where the policy will appear on the consent agenda for approval. Then reviewing our board meeting schedule, we have our next board meeting. Actually, we have the next DEI committee meeting on December 11th at 5 p.m., followed by a board meeting at 7 p.m. And I'd also like to note that there is no policy committee meeting in December. Then in January, we have DEI committee meeting at 5 p.m. on January 8th, followed by a board meeting at 7 p.m. And then our state convention is coming up on January 17th through the 19th in Milwaukee. So if you haven't already responded to Stacy's email regarding your plans for the convention, please do so. And lastly, I just wanted to note that our board self-evaluations, if you have not completed that, please do so by December 22nd. So is there any other business that needs to come before the board at this time? If not, I would entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Chris?
Second.
Barb? We adjourn the meeting at 8:10 p.m. Motion carried. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say